Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back again to continue lesson 1, unit 5, Cambridge book 4. We started getting around lesson 1 in this unit, and I asked you to open pages 26. Today we are going to study 27 and 53 in your activity book, okay? Before I start, I'd like you to revise the words we studied the last video with you. Lesson 1, part 1, it was about types or kinds of transport. I'd like you to read, I have from 1 I think to 8, 7 and 8 I guess, I think yes, 8, the car, and you're going to match these words with the right picture, okay? Like number 1, what is this called? Okay, number 2, number 3, number 4, we studied this in the last video, if you remember with me. Types or kinds of transport, we travel or move from a place to another using these ways of transport. If you remember with me, try to help me in this one. Number 1, okay? This is in your activity book, okay? Number 1, yes, look at the green table there, it's train. Number 2, number 2, what is this called? Yes, it's ferry. Number 3, rickshaw. Number 4, jeepney. Number 5, tram. Number 6, motorbike. Number 7, yes, tuk-tuk. Number 8, a car. So these are the types or ways or kinds of transport that we studied the last time, and I like to revise it with you. Okay, let's go to our lesson today. Open your learner's book on the second page of lesson 1, and we are going to read about this girl and how she goes to school. How does she go to school? Her name is Daisy. Read the article quickly. How does she get to school? How long does the journey take? So look with me, listen first, then try to answer with me these questions. So we are going to listen now. Put in your mind this question: how does Daisy get to school, and how long does it take from here? Okay, let's start.
Read the article quickly. How does Daisy get to school? How long does the journey take? All over the world, children travel to school in lots of different ways. But for 11-year-old Daisy, who lives in the remote village of Los Pinos, in Colombia, there are only 2 ways she can get to school. A 2-hour hike through the jungle, or a 1-minute zip wire ride down to the main road near her school. Every morning, she takes the terrifying ride across the treetops, over a deep canyon and over a river. And she doesn't travel alone. She is the oldest child in her family, and she has to help her 2 younger brothers get safely to the other side too. She fixes her brothers, one by one, into their harnesses and sends them down the cable. Then she follows them. She travels down the cable at a speed of 13 miles per hour. Daisy makes the journey every day, but this doesn't make it any easier. She says that she still gets nervous every single time she rides over the treetops just to get to school.
Of course, you can go back the video and re-listen again. It's about a girl going to school or using a strange way, as you can see, using the zip line or zip wire. Okay, as you can see. Can you imagine that? You are going to school using this way. She's going to school. More than that, she has 2 younger brothers. So she has to look after them, make sure that they are safe while doing this, while going to school using this way. Okay? Don't ask me if it's real or not. I don't know, but I think it's a real one. So she goes to school using the zip line or zip wire, and instead of that, what if she doesn't like going to school using this way? She has to go in a 2-hour hike, walking for 2 hours to go to school, or even 2 minutes, or I think 1 minute. 1 minute, yes, in a 1-minute zip wire. Can you imagine that? To walk 2 hours to go to school, or to just go using the zip wire in 1 minute. I think it's faster but it's more dangerous than walking to school. And more than that, don't forget, she has 2 younger brothers, and she wants to make sure that they are safe. And she said at the end, she still gets nervous. Why? Every single time she rides over the treetops just to get to school. How does she get to school using zip wire? How long does it take from her? 1 minute using the zip line or zip wire, or a 2-hour hike, walking for 2 hours. Okay, so let's go to these questions. Number 1, what other way does or could Daisy get to school? Why doesn't she? What other way does she could she get to school? She goes to school using the zip wire. The other way is what? She could take a 2-hour hike through the jungle. She could walk for 2 hours through the jungle, through the forest. Why doesn't she do this? Why do you think? I think it takes much time. I think it may be somehow dangerous. She may face some dangerous animals like this. You may answer. Number 2, what responsibilities does Daisy have when traveling by zip wire? She has to help her two younger brothers get safely to the other side. She has to help her own younger brothers. She has 2 younger brothers, okay, to get to school safely. Number 3, how fast does the zip wire travel? I think we mentioned it's 30 meters per hour. Okay. How does Daisy feel when she's traveling like this? She feels what? She feels what? She feels nervous. It's somehow not safe. It's somehow dangerous. Okay. Now we are going to talk about get. Get means travel. I get to school means I travel to school, or I go to school. Okay? So, we get to school by jeepney. Get means travel. She still gets nervous every time. Get here means a change in something or someone. Find other phrases with get in the text, or from your mind, it's okay. She can get to school. He gets to school by car. They get to school by bus. Use your mind or from the text. It's up to you. Now, try to answer these questions with me. I think it's in your activity book, so be ready with your activity book, okay? Describe how the people in the picture get to work and school. Use the correct form of get. Get means to go, to travel using this type of transport. Number 1, Mr. Patel gets to work by train. Number 2, you have to look at the picture above. We talked about ways of transport. You have to look at the picture again and to write down. Gets to school or gets to work by train. Number 2, Sam and Boo. What about them? They get to school by train. Number 3, my best friend gets to school by rickshaw. Don't forget to look at the picture above. Don't forget. Look at the picture above, which has the types or kinds of transport. Number 4, Lucia and her sisters, yes, get to school by jeepney. I get to school by tram. Mr. Diaz gets to work by a motorbike. Patty gets to school by tuk-tuk. Ms. Roy, yes, gets to work by car. Yes, now I'd like you to read with me this part and to tell me where is the get. Underline the example get plus the adjectives, okay? I get bored. Yes, number 1. Number 2, get travel sick. Number 3, get nervous. Number 4, get worried. Okay? And get stuck in the traffic. It's too busy. Number 1, when do you get bored? It's up to you. I get bored when I have nothing to do. I have nothing to do, so I get bored. Number 2, do you ever get travel sick? I get travel sick when I travel by sea. It's up to you. Okay? So you have to finish this exercise and this question. Thank you for listening or for watching me. See you next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See you next time.